Personal growth often will stir emotions that we don't expect, because personal growth is about you evolving, you changing, you learning new things about yourself and others and your relationship and your situation, and also including your relationship with people at work, not just at home, and your children and your partners. Once we learn new things about ourselves and we see the world differently, we can't unsee it, and that can start to shift and change things within us. And this is why it's important to do work to help keep yourself balanced and integrated, because these shifts, awarenesses, changes can be really destabilizing for us, because it becomes a life transition, because we're always, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that pyramid, working towards enlightenment, which is all about personal growth and development. And in energy context, it's about raising our vibration, leaving behind all the dark, heavy stuff that no longer serves us. And that might be sometimes leaving jobs behind, leaving people behind. And that creates big shifts and changes and can be really destabilizing for your life. And so the energy work that we do here at Empowering Health, through kinesiology, through somatic counseling, through mindset work, through Reiki, through intuitive energy work, through all the practices that I'm qualified in, we can help you to better get through this time in a more balanced way. But integration is key to any type of self-growth and development work that you do, because integration is literally about allowing your body to also adapt to the shifts and changes within you. And we're just going to do an integration technique now. In kinesiology terms, this is called the 5-point star balance. There's also a 6-point star balance. So 5-point represents the yin, 6-point represents yang. So we're always looking for balance, but the feminine and the masculine aspects of a technique. So it's like energetic, not literally male, female as in our sex, but also those qualities within us, because we all have both masculine and feminine energies and meridians and other things within us. And I'm just going to find the overall emotion today that's relevant for you and me for this balance, representing from the Chinese 5 elemental flow that's used as our foundation in all kinesiology techniques, because this represents that balance and flow in life. And any aspect of your life can be overlaid onto this and will reveal where your blocks are in your life and your flow in order to be able to achieve your goals so that you can move forward with ease. Okay, so central governing fire, earth, spleen. Rejected is the emotion, self to self, self to others. So with personal growth, as I said, you might start rejecting others, rejecting ways that you've been accepting in the past. You might start rejecting, and setting boundaries, for example, is a form of rejection to others, but that's a way of protecting yourself and saying no so that you're not depleting yourself, because the emotion comes from the spleen element, which was in that earth phase here. And spleen represents that having enough sweetness in life, but sometimes we give too much as partners, as wives, as mothers. You're always giving and always also thinking about others and making sure that everybody else is okay, everybody else is safe. But are you doing those things for you too? Okay, so let's do our technique. So the 5-point star balance is similar to Reiki. If you've experienced Reiki, it's about sending energy through your body as a form of trying to balance it. So we're going to essentially start either hand on your head, either forehead or crown, whatever feels more comfortable, and the other one on the opposite, on a hip. So we're sort of crossing over like that, not here, but here. And we just hold that for a little bit. And I'd like you to imagine that also there's a beam of white light connecting between here and here, forming our first line of that star, because we're doing a 5-point star. And if you're one of those people that can't imagine, there is a form of mental block which doesn't allow some people to imagine. So what I'd like you to do is feel the heat underneath each hand and also the pulse under each hand, and just staying here until you feel an equal pulse happening, like at the same time. So when we start, one might be pulsing at a different rate and the other one slower, and then just wait until they come into an equal harmony. Okay, so next we're going to cross the hands over like that and then go, so opposite hip to shoulder. And then we hold that, and again, imagining there's a beam of white light connecting these 2 points. If you've been following my videos, you'll know that I burp when there's energy shifting. Nice. And if you feel a sigh or a little shiver, that's usually a sign that that's complete. And then we cross our hands over again to the opposite shoulder and hip again. Nice. And then we finish off and close our star, our 5-point star, like so. So by now you should be with the opposite hand to what you had on your head, the opposite hip to where you started. Nice. And then just give yourself a little shake, and that's our 5-point star balance. If you'd like to learn any other integration techniques or find out specifically what it is that your body's asking support with, or if you need help with growing and moving forward in your life and also learning to set boundaries, then book an appointment online with me today. My name's Anne Barrett of Empowering Health, and I work with clients remotely, online and in person. Just go to my website at www.empoweringhealth.clinic, where you'll find my calendar availability and pricing, and you can book online at any time.